Right now, preparing for winter, what the city of Madison is doing to get those plows ready.
Plus, plenty of men are sporting facial hair this month. We'll take a look at the meaning behind Movember. That's it.
Getting a furry friend for the holidays? How experts say you'll want to avoid being scammed. It's all ahead on News 3 now at 10.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We have an alert day in the forecast this week.
And Blaze Keller joins us now with how this snow could affect the morning commute. Blaze?
That's right. We are anticipating some heavier snow and some windy conditions to impact your Thursday morning commute. We've got a couple of counties across eastern Wisconsin, including some here covered by News 3 now, that is underneath a winter weather advisory beginning at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Right now, though, we are quiet. A little bit of light snow as temperatures hang out just slightly below freezing for most of us, upper 20s to low 30s. So there may be some slick spots on the roads, not only this evening and overnight, but into the morning hours. If you're heading out even before the heaviest snow, just keep that in mind. 32 in Middleton as well as in Edgerton. A little bit of light snow moving through Dane County and more or less moving into Rock County at this point. You can see kind of marked by the darker blues there right around Evansville. That's probably where the heaviest snow is falling right now, and I use that term very loosely. It's just kind of some light flurry action at best. There is our winter weather advisory beginning at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see it really stretching along the Lake Michigan shoreline there. Not only are we anticipating some strong winds, but we could also see snowfall anywhere between 2 to 4 inches by the time the snow wraps up. 6 a.m. most of us will be starting to be impacted by that heaviest snow, but the real, I would say the widespread biggest impact is going to be probably between 8 and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And again, wind gusts could be upwards of 40 miles per hour. There's a look at estimated snowfall totals as we wrap up on your Thursday. Again, we do have that alert day tomorrow, really through the first half of your day. We're going to talk more about this in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, thank you. And as he just said, the first snowflakes are falling, and we're looking at some accumulation tomorrow. The city of Madison is preparing for the cleanup as well. The city of Madison Streets Division will have 32 plows dispatched to salt routes because their ground monitors are forecasting a 30-degree pavement and ground temp with wet snow. So the Streets Division says if you typically travel between 7 and 9 in the morning, see if you can commute at 6 a.m. or as late as 11 a.m. and be prepared for places cleared once by plows to be covered again quickly with that melted, slippery snow. The city adds it is important to take your time while getting to your destination.
So give yourself extra time, go slow, give yourself extra room for braking. And I know a lot of people like to try and anticipate the person in front of them starting, and you don't come to a complete stop as you're coasting up to a light that's turning green. You have to be careful with that in any kind of snow conditions, especially when it's slick.
Now be especially careful with those plows out there. The city says even if you tap a plow and you don't think there's much damage, it has to be taken out of circulation for hours to be reported, then inspected in collaboration with the Madison PD.
The trial for a man accused of inappropriately touching 2 minors while teaching swimming lessons in 2022 began today. James Miker faces 3 felony counts of second-degree sexual assault of a child. He is pleading not guilty. The charges stem from allegations by 2 boys claiming that Miker groped them while teaching swimming lessons at Oregon Community Pool in July of 2022. In the courtroom today, both sides provided opening arguments.
And that's why we're here today, is that both of these boys were grabbed sexually by the defendant.
Pay attention to the differences between an unwanted touch, an inappropriate touch, and an illegal touch. What evidence is there that this is actually an illegal touch?
Called to the stand today, both boys, both of their mothers, and the Oregon Pool Aquatics director. The trial is set to continue through the end of the week.
A Georgia judge announces a verdict in the Laken Riley murder case. Jose Ibarra has been found guilty of all 10 counts in the death of the 22-year-old nursing student. Riley was killed while jogging in Athens, Georgia. Ibarra's attorney argued there was insufficient evidence, but less than 30 minutes after the end of closing statements, the judge found the Venezuelan migrant guilty and moved ahead to sentencing.
He ripped away every beautiful memory we will ever be able to make with her again. This horrific individual robbed us all of our hopes and dreams for Laken.
The judge sentenced Ibarra to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 26-year-old had entered the U.S. illegally in 2022. His case fueled the national debate over immigration.
2 Sun Prairie East high school students are taken to the hospital after a fight this morning. Police say it happened around 10 o'clock. The 2 students were the only ones involved and there were no weapons. Both teens have non-life-threatening injuries. Sun Prairie police are investigating the fight, and a police presence remained at the school for the rest of the day.
A lawsuit alleges St. Paul Public Schools misused federal COVID relief funds under current Madison Superintendent Dr. Joe Gothard. 2 former St. Paul School District employees allege that Gothard and the school board refused to act after being warned of overspending by the district's facilities director. The complaint also alleges Gothard earmarked funds to the district's general operating budget regardless of the government-mandated purposes for those funds, and that the district used COVID and nutrition service funds to give gifts to certain employees but then disguised those purchases in invoices. We do have a statement tonight from the Madison Metropolitan School District on the matter, and it reads, quote, "We have been made aware of a lawsuit that has recently been filed regarding St. Paul Public Schools. Because this is pending litigation in another district and state, MMSD will have no further comment."
Well, you may be seeing more men growing out their facial hair this November, or should I say Movember.
It's a month where many grow out their beards and set a goal that benefits their physical or mental health. Our Meryl Hubbard is in on the mustache madness to tell us the meaning behind the movement.
Well, guys, this is the best I can do for Movember, but really it's much bigger than the hair you grow on your face. It's about men's mental health.
You know, we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves.
Since it started in 2003, the Movember movement has evolved, encouraging more men to focus on their health.
Men are asking for help in different ways. We're not hearing it.
UW-Madison professor and clinical psychologist Alvin Thomas says men are less likely to seek professional help than women. Furthermore, black men are almost half as likely as white men to get help.
They're less likely to trust the systems, less likely to trust the providers.
Many men don't feel immediate comfort talking to healthcare professionals, but at a barber shop, it's a different story.
They trust us. Clients tell us stories. They tell us, you know, what's going on in their life, and we can give them good advice.
JP has owned his barber shop since 1998. This isn't your regular barber shop, though. It's attached to the Perry Family Free Clinic, a center that gives medical, mental health, and hair care all in one.
Like, we see guys who come here every week to get their hair cut, and it's like their escape from their reality, and then we're able to be there to give them blood pressure screenings and like talk to them about their health, which is like they're already in the safe space.
Providers here focus mainly on black men, a demographic they say needs their help the most. And the barbershop is the first stop that breaks the ice and brings out the confidence.
We get to make them look good, feel good. Our words behind the chair carries a lot of weight.
It's these undercover therapists of the world who leave clients with a smile that says it all.
And they act like they're movie stars when they leave the barbershop, because that's what it does. It taps into something that's very human.
Reporting in Madison, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
American Airlines is debuting a new system to avoid crowding at the gate when it's time to board. The system is being tested in Tucson and 2 other airports. When a passenger tries to board early, a sound is played and they're asked to wait until their group is called. American says the system is already seeing positive results. It'll now be added to 100 airports ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday.
It has improved the whole boarding process, so you see less crowding at the gate.
Hopefully now people won't be so worried to crowd the front, so you can actually get in when it is your lane.
There are some exceptions, and that includes active duty military who are traveling together. They can still board as a group. American is rolling this out mainly to those smaller and medium-sized airports, with plans to add it to bigger airports like LAX in the coming months.
Well, families looking to add a furry member to the family this holiday season should be on the lookout, because puppy scams are on the rise. Last year, the Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker reported 2,500 pet scams in the U.S., with the median loss per scam being $700. The American Kennel Club says there are ways to differentiate between a legitimate breeder and a scammer posing as one on the internet.
You want the breeder to get on the phone with you, talk to you, send pictures of their dogs, records of their breeding program, vet records, things that you can verify the person's a real person with a real litter of puppies.
The American Kennel Club adds you should always try to get references and meet the puppy at the breeder's home.
Target is expecting a surprisingly weak holiday shopping season. The company forecasting sales during the final quarter of the year will be flat. It also lowered its profits forecast and reported a sluggish sales increase of just 0.3% during its latest quarter. Target is a bellwether for consumer spending habits of the retail sector as a whole, and the holiday shopping season is crucial for retailers. A new survey shows your holiday dinner will cost less this year. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation's annual Thanksgiving survey, the average cost of this year's dinner for 10 people, $58. That's a 5% drop from 2023, and don't know where they're shopping, but still 19% higher than before the pandemic. The centerpiece of the meal has helped bring the cost down overall. According to the Federation, the average price for a 16-pound turkey is now $25.
When we come back, Blaze will tell us about the potential for slick conditions, especially tomorrow morning.
Plus, the salary needed to buy a home. It is on the rise still, while economists say high interest rates could be a big part of the issue here. We'll be right back.
Big Beautiful Sectional for just $9.87 with a free ottoman. Big deals.
Black Friday deals.
All month long, up to 60% off list. Deals so big, prices so low. While they last, only at Slumberland Furniture.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
What if Juliet got a second chance at life after Romeo and Juliet, created by the Emmy-winning writer from Schitt's Creek and pop music's #1 hitmaker, playing November 26th through December 1st at Overture Center.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
I was an occupational therapist and I had lost my position. I was able to just go the next day, oh well, I can dash. I love it for the freedom. I can schedule myself. Also, dashing just gives you a sense of purpose. Having portable benefits would be really awesome for me because I could use them to help cover my vision, co-pays, and adding to my 401k. And I could continue to build that till I retire.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. With the pulling power to prove it. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory. Get 5.9% APR for 84 months on Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. That's over $5,300 in average finance savings.
It's the Black Friday mattress sale at Slumberland, up to 60% off list. Get a Sealy Posturepedic high-brand mattress for just $699, or save up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets.
I hear this help reduce snoring.
Thursday at 6, more than a decade after Act 10 launched, how Wisconsin schools are dealing with the fallout today and what it could mean for students.
We want the best learning conditions for our students.
After Act 10, learning with less. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
You now have to make a six-figure salary to afford a new home in most U.S. cities. That's according to a new report by Oxford Economics.
Jen Sullivan looks at exactly how much you need to make to afford a new home and what's causing the surge in home prices.
Home prices have surged across the country in the last few years, and if you're in the market for a new house, you'll need to earn roughly $108,000 $1,000 a year. That's nearly double the household income needed to afford a home 5 years ago, according to Oxford Economics. It's also much higher than the average U.S. wage, which last year was $65,470, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Experts say higher sticker prices, higher property taxes, and an increase in insurance costs are all contributing to the housing affordability crisis.
This is simply due to the fact that we have a housing shortage.
The latest data from the National Association of Realtors shows the median home sale price jumped to $418,700 last month. And experts say most mortgage companies require a 20% down payment.
Putting down 20% means coming up with 80 grand. A lot of homebuyers don't have that much cash.
High interest rates are also hurting the market. As of last week, a 30-year fixed mortgage rate was at 6.78%, according to Freddie Mac.
A generation ago, Americans could buy homes in their late 20s, early 30s. Now it's really more like late 30s for a lot of Americans.
But Ostrowski says there are other loan options for home buyers.
FHA loans are available for as little as 3.5% down. There are conventional loans that you can get with as little as 5% down.
And there is good news for the future.
2025 will be a better condition for the buyers. There will be more inventory choices.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
This year's free application for federal student aid is now open to all students. Last year's rollout of a simplified FAFSA did not go according to plan, and in some cases, glitches and delays impacted students' options as they waited for financial aid offers. But this year, the Department of Education made a phased release of FAFSA amid continued beta testing. The National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators says filing deadlines will vary among schools and scholarships.
Know what your deadlines are and make sure you're meeting them, but they will be different for every student depending on where they're applying to school and where they're from.
To get things going, students need an account username and a password for the FAFSA site. Applicants and their families should gather any tax, banking, and investment documents.
McDonald's has temporarily stopped selling espresso drinks at some locations in the U.S. That's because the espresso machines have been disabled due to a safety issue. Melita, the manufacturer of those machines, informed customers of a problem with that equipment. The exact nature of the safety issue hasn't been disclosed. McDonald's says it's still determining the scope of that issue, but it appears to be widespread.
A new report is providing hope for survivors of lung cancer. The American Lung Association says the 5-year lung cancer survival rate increased 26% over the past 5 years, but racial and ethnic disparities remain. The report adds that screening rates for this disease remain low. Experts say early detection through a low-dose CT scan can raise chances of survival.
What it can do is catch the tumor when it's small before any symptoms develop. More needs to be done in every state, and especially for Black Americans, to address these differences in the survival rate.
You're eligible for a lung cancer screening if you're between the ages of 50 and 80, if you have a 20-pack year history of smoking or 2 packs a day for 10 years. And if you're a current smoker or if you've quit within the last 15 years.
Well, there will be alert day conditions for many of us on the morning commute tomorrow.
Blaze Keller has more on the potential for slick roads. Just enough snow, Blaze, to really make it slippery.
Yes, and we're going to also be dealing with some wind gusts upwards of 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. We'll talk about why all this is happening in just a moment, but a quick look at tonight. Again, settling into those upper 20s to low 30s, right around freezing. Light snow, kind of teetering between light snow showers and flurries throughout the rest of this evening. That heavy wet snow is expected to begin as we go into the 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame and then wrap up sometime in the late morning, if not the early afternoon. I would say Dane County eastward, you're going to be dealing with the worst of the conditions starting into the early morning hours tomorrow. Here's that winter weather advisory for anybody there in the purple. That begins at 6 a.m. on Thursday through at least noon. On Thursday, we're expecting within this purple area maybe upwards of 4 inches of snow, coupled with, as I mentioned, those gusts upwards of 40, 45 miles per hour. All of that coming together to make for those winter weather advisory conditions. Let's jump future track ahead to about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, as maybe some of us are going to work. Again, especially farther towards the east, you're going to be dealing with that wet, heavy snow. Lake Michigan is not frozen yet, so the winds as they're coming off of the lake are taking a lot of that moisture, pushing it up into the atmosphere where it freezes and then falls as snow. So this is going to be somewhat lake effect snow, but notice as we go into the late morning, starting around 10, if not maybe as early as 9, we begin to see the snow transition back over to rain. We're going to warm back up into those upper 30s to low 40s. Again, because Lake Michigan is not frozen, that water is slightly warmer than the air temperature, so that's going to help warm us up as well as this low pressure system really pulls its way out of the Great Lakes region. So the snow that we see tomorrow morning will most likely melt by the mid-afternoon, if not slightly later, because of not only the rain, but also the warm temperatures. In terms of totals, it continues to be looking like less of us will see that snow farther to the west. It's mainly east of Dane County, Columbia County, as well as Greene County that we see maybe that 2 to 4 inch threshold. And within that dark blue area, maybe an isolated spot of 5 inches of snow. Because again, we just have this area, Lake Michigan, with all that moisture available. It's not looking too promising for a lot of us, though, to get those higher end amounts just because of how warm we're going to be. But again, it's also going to be coming with these breezy conditions because this low pressure system center is essentially traveling just down the middle of Lake Michigan. So keep that in mind as we're beginning to plan our day tomorrow, especially through the morning commute, taking the kids to school. You're going to be hit with not only the breezy conditions, but also that falling snow. And for folks who have been waiting for winter, it looks like over the next 6 to 10 days, as well as the next 8 to 14 days, we are going to be trending slightly cooler than average. So that's going to take us into the start of December. We're into the upper 30s to low 40s by tomorrow afternoon, but again, we do have that alert day for the morning hours, especially the first half of your day on Thursday. We quiet down for Friday and Saturday. Then we could see another light wintry mix Sunday and Monday, and then again, maybe some flurries by next Thursday, which of course is Thanksgiving.
And coming up in sports, from quiet to loud noises at the Fieldhouse, how Badger volleyball did in their silent set against the Gophers. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join Dr. Ashish M. Raval on December 5th at 5:30 p.m. to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free online educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on classes and events.
Score the lowest prices of the year right now at Brothers Main's Black Friday sale. You won't find lower prices anywhere, and enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Main's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $299 a month. Or find your red tag and get 0% financing on the all-new 2025 Equinox.
The Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center present Divas 3, powerhouse Las Vegas vocalists performing your favorite chart-topping hits. Saturday, November 23rd, one show only. Tickets available online now.
Thanksgiving's only a few weeks away, and Fleet Farm's got just what you need to prep for family and friends. For you turkey smokers, Griller's Gold barbecue pellets are just $5.99 a bag. And you can never have enough Fleet Farm mixed nuts. 2-pound bags are on sale for $12.99. Wash it all down with Bubbler's sparkling water, now just $11 for 2 6-packs. The holidays will be here before you know it. So stock up now on everything you need at the best prices guaranteed at Fleet Farm.
Growing old is part of the journey, even when you have heart failure.
But when he had shortness of breath, carpal tunnel syndrome, and lower back pain, we wondered, could these be warning signs of something bigger? Thank goodness we called his cardiologist, because these were signs of ATTR-CM, a rare and serious disease that gets worse over time. If you see any of the warning signs, don't wait. Ask your cardiologist about ATTR-CM today.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Join Dr. Ashish M. Raval on December 5th at 5:30 p.m. to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free online educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Way back in September, Wisconsin lost to Minnesota in their Big Ten opener. And then the Badgers went on a run, winning 14 of their next 15 matches. So tonight, it's round 2 of the border battle with a twist. It's a silent set, and it was completely quiet in the field house until... Anna Smrek turned up the volume with a monster kill, and Wisconsin hit the 9th point of the first set. The first 8 fans were cheering using American Sign Language, and no matter how they cheered, they'd like this. Yulia Orzel flies in for the save, and Sarah Franklin hammers it home. She had 16 kills through 4 sets. This one currently going on in the 5th set. When her playing days are over at Wisconsin, Caroline Harvey will go down as one of the best to ever lace up their skates as a Badger. During her freshman year, she did things that nobody has done before in program history. Now as a junior, Captain KK is 1 point away from becoming the 5th blue liner to reach the 100-point club. And while it is a cool milestone, Harvey's only focused on one thing, her team's success.
I think it's great, like, when other people reach it. Personally, it's not something I pay attention to or really care about. It's always been the team success and us winning as a group. But, I mean, you saying that, I mean, it's exciting, but I'm just excited for the games to come and for us to, you know, hopefully get some wins this weekend and do it as a team always.
When it comes to the Packers and the 49ers, it's always a big game. 2 historic franchises playing against each other, usually in the playoffs, and more than likely with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. This year, they'll meet on Sunday with the stakes not as high, but the Pack will have some revenge on their minds. Remember, last year, San Francisco ended Green Bay's season in the postseason, and it's a game Jordan Love hasn't forgotten about.
Into the playoffs and, you know, being knocked out by the 49ers, I mean, whoever it would have been, you know, that game is definitely going to sit with you, and, you know, that's what you got to, you know, kind of just sit with all offseason, is going back, watching that game, kind of trying to see what you could have done better. Yeah, just knowing that that's the team that knocked us out, you know, we're definitely hungry for this game.
Bucks hosting the Bulls, and in case you were wondering, this station is a AJ Green Stan account. Milwaukee as a team made 13 threes. Green alone splashed home 5 triples, 18 points off the bench from the sharpshooter. Bucks win again, 122-106. We're back after this.
Welcome to Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for beautiful furniture, sofas, chairs, and recliners, sectionals, and fun accessories. Shop our Fitchburg showroom today.
They've been rocking audiences for decades. It's Foghat. Performing live November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. I just want to make with special guest, The Empty Pockets. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Legendary rock band Foghat.
Live in concert November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
What happened?
Someone took the Bronco out for an extended test drive.
They used all the goat modes. Goes over any type of terrain.
They did it all, man.
Looks like they had a lot of fun.
Those boots are awfully muddy, Sam.
My boots? I did it. I'm gonna do it again.
Lease a new Bronco Sport Big Ben for only $399 a month, or a Bronco Big Ben for just $499 a month for 36 months.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
Come on, guys, smile. Hi, Mom.
Guess who's home? Okay, everyone smile. From our Dwellings family to yours, happy holidays.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Tonight. It's a day that ends in a Y, which means Donald Trump has made yet another cabinet pick that makes you go, why?
The Late Show is all new. CBS tonight.
Well, you were there at the field house. That had to be a pretty special moment.
Well, it kind of felt like we were talking about before. You're at a practice that you're not supposed to be, and you're just being quiet because you don't want them to notice that you're there. And then when they hit the 9th point, the field house just went wild.
Really
very cool. And the Badgers fed off that energy. It's still going on right now.
Yeah, they always feed off that energy. Quick final check of the forecast.
Well, we got some snow, some rain, and some breezy conditions in store for you on Thursday. Winter weather advisory for a handful of counties, and you can always head on over to our website or download the First Warn Weather app to get the latest tomorrow. Morning commute is going to be a little bit on the snowy side, to say the least. Alert day for the first half, and then we quiet down for Friday.
All right, Blaze, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.